It's the Tao of Pooh. And it's Winnie the Pooh, like the cartoon that we grew up watching. And it's written by Benjamin Hoff. It's a New York Times bestseller. It's an awesome book. I mean, and it kind of breaks down the philosophy in the characters of Winnie the Pooh. There's a chapter called Bisy Backson in this book. And I want to share just a part of it because it talks about this stuff, the doing things, and where that comes from, and the people that first came to this country. So let's take a listen to a couple minutes.
Looking back a few years, we see that the first Bisy Backsons in this part of the world, the Puritans, practically worked themselves to death in the fields without getting much of anything in return for their tremendous efforts. They were actually starving, until the wiser inhabitants of the land showed them a few things about working in harmony with the earth's rhythms. Now you plant, now you relax. Now you work the soil, now you leave it alone. The Puritans never really understood the second half, never really believed in it. And so, after 2 or 3 centuries of pushing the once fertile earth, and a few years of depleting its energy still further with synthetic stimulants, we have apples that taste like cardboard, oranges that taste like tennis balls, and pears that taste like sweetened styrofoam, all products of soil that is not allowed to relax.
How does our food look now?
We're not supposed to complain, but there it is. Say, Pooh, why aren't you busy? I said. Because it's a nice day, said Pooh. Yes, but why ruin it? He said. But you could be doing something important, I said. I am, said Pooh. Oh, doing what? Listening, he said. Listening to what? To the birds.
Music.
And that squirrel over there. What are they saying? I asked. That it's a nice day, said Pooh. But you know that already, I said. Yes, but it's always good to hear that somebody else thinks so too, he replied. Well, you could be spending your time getting educated by listening to the radio instead, I said. That thing? Certainly. How else would you know what's going on in the world? I said. By going outside, said Pooh. Well, click. Now just listen to this, Pooh. 30,000 people were killed today when 5 jumbo airliners collided over downtown Los Angeles, the radio announced. What does that tell you about the world? Asked Pooh. You're right. Click. What are the birds saying now? I asked. That it's a nice day, said Pooh. It certainly is, even if the Backsons are too busy to enjoy it. But to conclude our explanation of why so busy, the hard-headed followers of the previously mentioned party-crashing busybody religion failed to appreciate the beauty of the endless forest and clear waters that appeared before them on this fresh green continent of the New World. Instead, they saw the paradise that was here and the people who lived in harmony with it as alien and threatening, something to attack and conquer, because it all stood in the way of the great reward. They didn't like singing very much either. In fact... What? Said Pooh. No singing? Pooh, I'm trying to finish this. That's right, though. No singing. They didn't like it. Well, if they didn't like singing, then what was their attitude towards bears? I don't think they liked bears either. They didn't like bears? No, not very much, anyway. No singing, no bears. Just what did they like? I don't think they liked anything, Pooh. No wonder things are a little confused around here, he said. Anyway, from the miserable Puritan came the restless pioneer, and from him the lonely cowboy, always riding off into the sunset, looking for something just down the trail. From this rootless, dissatisfied ancestry has come the Bisy Backson, who, like his forefathers, has never really felt at home, at peace with this friendly land. Rigid, combative fanatic that he is, the tight-fisted Backson is just too hard on himself, too hard on others, and too hard on the world that heroically attempts to carry on in spite of what he is doing to it. It's not surprising, therefore, that the Backson thinks of progress in terms of fighting and overcoming. One of his little idiosyncrasies, you might say. Of course, real progress involves growing and developing, which involves changing inside, but that's something the inflexible Backson is unwilling to do.
We can leave it at that. The Tao of Pooh. Make sure definitely check it out. Definitely recommend this book. It was awesome. This book opened up so much stuff, but you can hear it like how I think the cowboy. I mean, you can see from the people that first got here, we got shit to do. We got to conquer. We got to expand and explore. We got to make communities.
Yeah.
You know, that's a shit ton of work. That's a lot to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that what life is about? Or is it about, like Pooh was saying, just going outside? It's a nice day, right?
Now you have some people thinking, well, how do you pay your bills if you're just going outside and enjoying the day like Pooh?
Yeah, I get it. But you can keep that perspective even when you work. It's just a perspective of gratitude, like the song that we listened to when we first started. You know, gratitude. It's all gratitude. And hopefully you enjoy what you do for work. But even if you don't, what does it do for you?
Right.
It helps you live so that you can go and maybe do some things that you enjoy.
Because when you first got that job, you were very excited and you were very grateful.